Yeah, how's it going, everybody? It's Richie Unicorn Call here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and also a cool day. It is really hot where I live at. We actually have a heat advisory warning in my county, so make sure that you are staying cool wherever you live at. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about a few bugs and glitches in the game. We actually started off with Discord already. That's my wizard, as you can see, looking glorious as ever. But yeah, I wanted to talk about a few bugs and glitches because I've seen a lot of comments lately kind of talking about Spellment and Scion Spellment and Loon Knight and just a bunch of other stuff. I mean, you can go on their own Discord and you can check out all the bugs and glitches and just all the bug reports that people have. Some of the bug reports aren't even bug reports, just a lot of like miscommunication or just basically questions that people have. But I decided to pick some of the top 3 bugs that at least I would have to say should be prioritized to some certain extent, just because I think that these should be looked at least whenever they can. Now, for console news, still there really hasn't been much to talk about. I mean, like I said in the previous videos, I mean, really just been kind of MIA with that. So I honestly would be surprised if we do see a console release this year. It just seems like there's a lot of stuff to do for that. But yeah, let's talk about the first one, which are the Scion Spellments, which unlearn themselves after a spell is upgraded. Now, this was originally posted all the way back in March 15th, so yeah, it has been quite some time regarding this whole Spellment issue. And over the past maintenances and hotfixes and even game updates, we still haven't really seen an end to this. As you can see, it's still, to this day, a little bit wonky. In which I actually figured out that if you farm Crash in, what was it, Wallaroo, apparently it drops some of the Scion spells, which I didn't know of. So I'll definitely be farming Crash a little bit, because I also need some Dream Water. But also because of the fact, though, I probably won't do nothing with my own Scion to begin with. Not to say that the Scion spells are bad, but you know, personally for me as a healer, I personally don't use the Scion of Life like ever. This really was one of the worst healing spells they have ever put in the game, and I say that very proudly because it does take 11 pips to cast on a single target of a person. Obviously, if you somehow get the gambit done, then it would heal basically everybody else. But I think in general it heals everybody else. In general, it will give them that heal over time, but for 11 pips, it's just like, it's one of those spells you just don't put in your deck. I would use this more if they made this like maybe 9 pips. I don't even know if I would use that 9 pips, but I don't know. Anyway, bottom path you can do, but regardless of that, the weird bug is that whenever you upgrade it, then it just resets. So, and that's been a problem for the longest time, and that's usually the comments that I see. So, we are still waiting for an update for that. Clearly, with all these maintenances and updates, and even updates and hotfixes, still it has not been fixed. So, we'll be on the lookout for that. So, here is the next one, which is actually more of a recent bug, but you can't learn any other spells with Spellments, which is kind of crazy. This one is actually a new one, and I get a lot of comments about this one, and that's kind of like why I made this video. Okay, so basically, if you try to learn a spell through Spellments, you'll be met with an error code, or it's just an error in general. I'll show you the photo right now. It says info, it says, uh-oh, there's a problem unlocking your next tier for the spell. Right, and obviously it says unlock because you want to unlock the spell. And if you guys don't know, you can unlock certain spells with Spellments, right? And it's a nice way to kind of expand your variety of spells, right? It's, you know, it's a nice little thing. But now, within the latest hotfix or update that they did do, or at least the latest maintenances, usually every single maintenance that we have been getting lately, something always breaks. And I think I'm going to make that into like some sort of like channel series where we just talk about mainly the bugs and glitches instead of what the maintenance did, because number one, they don't really provide patch notes whenever they are doing these maintenances. So I think it would be kind of funny to do. Because honestly, they do more breaking rather than fixing. In my own opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe they are fixing a few things within these maintenances. But lately for me, it just seems like a lot of things just like get out of code or get out of their hand. But anyway, you probably are experiencing this issue as well. Now, if you already have the spell learned, you can still upgrade it and stuff like that. You basically just can't unlock the spell itself, right? Luckily, I don't have to have this issue because I usually already have the spells unlocked. But I know a lot of people that do buy these Spellment packs and, you know, they want to unlock the spell. Well, now you can't because of this annoying glitch. So, I don't know when exactly this will be fixed. But hopefully it gets fixed soon. Because, again, like I said, I know a lot of people are opening up Spellment packs and stuff like that. It's funny because they actually have the Aquila Spellment pack in the files. And it's funny because they're probably going to release that during the Aquila update. Whenever we do get the Aquila content update. Which is funny because now you can't even unlock the spell. So this is another problem that they have to deal with. So yeah, we probably won't see the Aquila content update for a while. And quite honestly, I'd rather wait for that specific part of the content update. You know, maybe when they fix the whole Spellment issue. But we'll see what happens. And then the last but not least, this one is insane, and I really just do not know how they messed this up. And again, this happened in the latest hotfix or patch or maintenance, whatever they do. But this is regarding Loon Knight. Now, if you guys don't know, Loon Knight is part of the Salinopolis quest line. You know, obviously you should do Salinopolis. It's part of main quest, mainline. So please do Salinopolis. But basically, Loon Knight basically had their whole thing doubled up. All their stats have gotten doubled up. And I've done a lot of Loon Knight runs. Obviously, I got the challenge mode gear set. But this is actually insane. They have so much resist to the point where if you don't have enough Pierce, they are actually going to be immune to your damage. Which is just insane. I'll show you the picture right here. This is Drake Lockley, I believe, and it just says immune. So, yeah, something is definitely out of whack. And at first, it was believed to be just a bug for challenge mode. But apparently, this is for standard and challenge mode. So, both standard and challenge mode are kind of near impossible. I wouldn't say impossible. You just have to have a ton of Pierce. And I mean a lot. I'm talking about Pierce Blades, Shadow Strike, all of that stuff. Because of the amount of resist that they have. Or just one of the mobs have. It's just a whole thing. I think Court just says it right here. So Quentin Quayle has 106 resist. Drake Lockley has 72 resist. Old Quack has 122 resist. Loon Knight has 53 resist. So I don't even think you could kill Old Quack with just like a base of 60 Pierce. You would definitely need a Pierce Blade or a Shadow Strike. So you would need like probably like maybe a base of like up to 50 or above Pierce in your stats. Then use Shadow Strike, which is going to do 100 basically total Pierce. And then maybe some Pierce Blades here and there, if you actually did want to do that. Now, again, this is the same for challenge mode as well. So if you're trying to get the challenge mode badges, like we tried doing last night, and obviously that failed, you probably won't even get a chance to kill just from the amount of damage that you'll be taking. But I thought that was another funny bug that was pretty cool. Now, you'll notice that in these Discord, it will say pending, which means that a hotfix or a patch or maintenance is basically pending for this specific bug. So, it looks like they already have, like, you know, that figured out. But, again, I just thought that was funny. And lately, I don't know, it just feels weird playing this game. It just feels like every single maintenance, every hotfix, every patch, or whatever they're doing whenever they take the service down, it just kind of feels like something is always breaking. And it's kind of sad to see the game kind of age I would have to say very poorly. You know, the game is starting to like age really badly to the point where I don't know if they need a different engine or just like different coding. You know, I never know what is ever going on with some of these maintenances, especially with the whole Loon Knight situation. Like, how did their stats completely get doubled up? That's something that I personally don't understand, but it can be frustrating for a lot of players. So you got Scion Spellments, and then you can't learn any spells through Spellments in general. There's also another issue regarding pre-enchanted cards before a certain update, and apparently people can't get them out of their decks. Yeah, it's just a whole thing. But we'll see what happens though in the future, and we'll probably make more episodes or at least more videos talking about some of these hot fixes that they're doing. Because, like I said, I know I said it a lot, but it's just nonstop with the bugs and glitches. Like, I'm trying to be positive about this game. I really am. I'm trying to have a optimistic mindset, but I don't know. It kind of gets to the point where it's like, man, it's kind of getting concerning. Like, what's going on? So, anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy those little bit of bugs, glitches. If you have a bug or glitch yourself, just let me know in the comments below, and I can do a little bit of research on it. And remember, you can go into their official Discord server, and you can also ask or at least make a comment about any of the PC Live bugs that you have, maybe with a boss or maybe with a spell or something like that. And hopefully you'll get an answer right away. I know Court has been super busy and everybody else has been busy, but again, trying to stay optimistic about it. Not going to be a Debbie Downer about it. I'm going to stay positive. Alright? Until then, I'll see you guys later. And peace out.